So there's lots of jobs on the agenda. It's Easter weekend, so loads of stuff to do. Characteristically for me, I've started doing loads of different things, so I need to prioritise and work out what I'm going to finish. And so we'll document some of that, but then we can have a look around the garden and see what I like today, because I haven't done a wee look around the garden until since I think February, so lots has changed. So that's the plan. Okay, so the plethora of jobs that require done today. Basically we've got the top garden, so that's kind of the bit that you see from the front of the house, so we've got it to tidy up, and I think we're going to get the first cut done on the grass today. We've got some trimming to do. I've got the pond area to tidy up. It's looking a bit of a fright. I've got the mound to finish weeding, and I'm going to put up a temporary fence around that because the dogs running all over my beautiful weeding, so I can't have that. So I think I'm going to put up a temporary chicken wire fence up there. I've ordered some more T-posts, so hopefully they'll come tomorrow and I can finish doing that. I did put up what I managed to find around the garden already. It's glorious. It is windy though, so that might impact on some of the sound quality from this garden video. We've got garden beds to finish tidying, getting ready for planting. I've got some plants out hardening off. It might be a bit too soon, so anybody that knows what it's like here in the Highlands will be thinking, oh, so soon, but we're going to give it a go. I've planted lots, sown lots, so hopefully I've got backups if it doesn't work. And my greenhouse is looking very sad and very neglected, so again I'll be tidy up in there. I did manage to get the deck painted, so I've done a coat on the deck, and then down here the mound's looking really nice. I'm very pleased with it. So it's got some stuff that's finally come up this year, and this bit at the back here, I've had the wee chickens ranging on there probably a good 6 weeks ago now, and I'm gonna take the tarps off, get that weeded, and then we're going to cover this in wildflowers, some perennials, but mostly kind of flowery annuals and stuff. So that's the plan there. I've got my fruit bushes, I've got new fruit bushes in fact. We've got some red currant, some white currant to go with the masses of black currant. Yeah, oh, got new raised beds, 4 new beds. So those 4 beds there are going to have, I think, I'm not sure yet, one of them will have kale in it. I don't know about the rest, but I've already put some onions and strawberries in one of them because I ran out of room to put them anywhere. Yeah, lots to do, but it's a beautiful day and nowhere better to be than in the garden. Okay, so a few days has passed. Lots of work was done over the last couple of days. We had gorgeous weather. I didn't video any of it. Here is the mound, looking pretty good. I replanted a plum tree, which you can just see over there. It's just a wee one, but ultimately it wasn't doing really well where it was, so I moved it. Oh, and another molehill. Excellent. We do have a mole problem here. I've also put in some spare onions that I had into this box, and we already have some in here along with some strawberries, and I've sown a row of radish down there too, so I don't know if they'll come to good. This is the green manure from last autumn, and I stuck some extra bulbs in there that I had as well. Here's my wee garden rangers. They are doing a brilliant job. Hi girls. Hi girls. That's Phoebe and that is Pip. They have turned all of this over for me, which is brilliant. It's where the burn pile used to sit. Chilly, huh? It's not raining though. Their caravan. which they seem to be enjoying. A little pallet shelter, which I will do more on. Yeah, oh, I know where I'm going. Right, so I'm going into the veg plot because yesterday I managed to get some potatoes put in the ground, finally. I've got 2 rows there of baking potatoes. Not sure what variety they were, they just came out of a bucket in the garden centre, and I've just put in a row of rocket. They are first earlies and hopefully they will do fine just there. So lots of potatoes, garlic there, still going strong, although some of them have suffered from all the bad weather we had this year, but they're not looking too bad. I'm not sure how many I'll get in the end, we'll see. I'll weed this bed shortly and hopefully that'll give them, maybe mulch them again, a bit more chance. Got some very early peas coming on here. They're flowering already, which I think is perhaps a bit premature. I might have to pinch them out, but we'll see. That's green manure again. I think this is the vetch. It's beautiful stuff. I'm going to keep an eye on it for when it starts to want to flower. Put a couple more of these early peas in here. These are doing a bit better. And I just topped up the beds yesterday with some fresh compost, so this is ready to go. These random leeks. We did have a whole ton of leeks. Sadly, one of the dogs got in to the leek box and trampled them all, squashed them all, led on them, dug them up, and then before I realised I'd lost most of them. But we still have a few, so we'll see what happens with them. Yeah, so I've got some onions growing here, and I've sown some carrots in there. Apart from that, it's again more of that vetch by the looks of it. That was the green manure as well, so I need to keep an eye on that, make sure it doesn't start flowering. I still need to amend this bed. I've got a strawberry bed here, which I have weeded. That one needs to be done. I still haven't got around to clearing out the strawberry bed. I really need to do that. That ought to be done today, really. This one's got clover on it, so I'll get that turned over eventually. Still need to get that calendula out from last year. Still need to sort this bed out here. It's just a wee one. I might put sides on it, make it higher. Still need to amend this bed. That's hollyhock at the back there coming back. This bed is still the green manure. This looks like the Phacelia, I think it's called. Still need to do that one. I was just quite rudely interrupted by my timer going off to say my bread is finished proving. This is going to be the salad box. I put fresh compost on that yesterday, so it's ready to sow. That's kind of the overview of the veg plot garden where we are just now anyway. So yeah, it's still a bit of a mess. I need to tidy up all this random stuff, but I will get to that. It's actually looking better than it did a few weeks ago. So yeah, there's lots of projects on the go. Cleaned out the chickens yesterday, so that's just there getting wet in the rain so I can put it on the compost, which is there. The chickens themselves, well, yeah, they look like it's been winter. So they're okay though, healthy and happy. Just go in and see if we have any eggs. I've got these new feeders. I'm really enjoying these. So it means that the rain stays off the feed before everything would get really wet and manky. Right, girls. Yeah, I'm happy enough. Not overly friendly. Oh, one. I'll leave that one there. It is an encouragement. The storm flap. The chicken coop. I put a new roof on in the autumn of last year. That's one of the nest boxes cordoned off at the moment. So they've got, yeah, I mean, they've got enough space in here. It's yeah, it works really well. It was the first major project that we built, and as such, it's not perfect. If we did it again, we'd probably do some things differently. But I mean, ultimately, it's held up pretty well. I like the way it looks, considering again we built with absolutely zero clue what we were doing. I'm quite pleased with it. Right, Coco? Chuk chuk! So yesterday I did also manage to get my greenhouse tidied up a wee bit. Yes, this is tidy. Can I get in here? A little potting station. Apparently we're at 19.9 degrees. So last night overnight it was 6.8, which is okay. Not too bad. Hopefully these little seedlings will be fine. That's a kiwi berry, and then I've got my 2 blueberries are in here just for a few weeks longer. I do have a couple of new trees. So one is here. So this is a goat willow tree, which is a native, what does it say? Salix caprea, goat willow, British native tree with yellow or silver catkins in spring. Okay, let's hope so. I also have one here at the start of the mound, which is showing its little, I can't get the camera to focus, but yes, we get the idea. It is showing its little catkins. No, still won't focus. Okay, that's annoying. Anyway, you can see. So that's there. Now the idea of putting it there was I used to keep cutting across this bit of the garden here, and well, I didn't want to do that anymore, so in the end I've decided to put a fence around it. But before that I thought if I put a tree here, then I'm less likely to walk on it. And here's the plum I was talking about earlier. So again, it is, I doubt I can focus, it's a bit annoying, isn't it? It is coming. You just see the buds, I think. These tarps are coming up, possibly not today because we've got a lot of rain forecast. But underneath that is that's where the chicken rangers were the first time I put them up here. And so I'm hoping under that it'll be, the soil will be good. I can see there's weeds poking out here, so I will weed it, but I'm hoping to cover this whole area here with kind of annuals like nasturtiums and cosmos and zinnia, cornflower, poppy, pretty much anything actually that I'm growing just now. White borage I'm going to put out here. We do have a large comfrey patch here which usually takes over that whole space of the mound there. And we've got some feverfew, some aqualegia. I've already got some poppies coming up which have reseeded from last year. We've got loose strife, we've got red campion, it's done really well. I've got marshmallow, I've got bird's foot trefoil, I think it's called. It's native wildflowers essentially, and I've got all these bulbs coming up here which are largely camassia, tulip and daffodils, which as you can see have just started opening. Teasel here. I've got a broom here that I rescued on a walk. I say rescued, I think I mean purloined, stole, however you want to put it. And that's a native juniper there, which I'm hoping will just sort of creep. That's, I think, a dead, well, what we used to call a bog rosemary. More comfrey here coming up everywhere. I mean, it really just goes crazy. So I might have to weed some of that out. Here's a couple of random garlic. Yep, random. Not sure what that is. Herb garden. Again, I did tidy it up, but it's still looking a tiny bit messy. Maybe I'll have another tidy up of that. We've got some spearmint back here in a pot, note to self, and some thyme which I overwintered in the greenhouse. Hopefully it'll be okay. And so that's it. assorted sort of guff everywhere, which I will tidy up eventually. And that's it. That's where we are right now. It's the 10th of April.